What is up, YouTube? This is your girl, Killer Rose. Right now, I'm back at the gym. Just letting you know that I'm back. It's just been a while. Um, First and foremost, I did update you guys on Thanksgiving, right? So I was on vacation for that most of the time during the week of, Thanksgiving. So that was pretty much it. And then as soon as I got back, I just, for some reason, my mom was not feeling under the weather. And when I got home on, I think it was on a Tuesday. No, wait, it was so weird because the whole week was absolutely chaotic. I swear I thought I was gonna get fired, but it did not happen. So, I'm like still on a chopping block. Or at least I could be on a chopping block, but I'm not sure. It's 50-50. But, think it happened. Yeah, because on a Monday we did go to work. It was a thing. So Monday we did go to work and everything was fine until my mom was not feeling good. That is accurate. And when that happened, it was insane, guys. It was insane. I think we only showed up to Thursday and Friday. It was insane. Our schedule was absolutely crazy. So on Monday, when I got home, because my mom was not feeling good, we discovered, at least I discovered first that there was throw up on the floor in my room, and I almost slipped on it with my shoe, and I was like, oh, gross. Like, I don't know who threw up on the floor, like, who did this? And then, and it was crazy because Mona was the one that was throwing up, and it was only her. It was only her. No kitties, no dog, not Kiko. Kiko's the oldest dog, which it was so strange. And she was the only one that was throwing up. Mona Lisa, my dog. At least my mom's dog. My mom and dad raised Mona. And she was just a young pup when my mom and dad got her. And I didn't remember from that time, but she was old. She's old like my dog Kiko, but it was insane. I didn't really think I didn't think it was gonna happen that way it did. I thought she could recuperate, but my mom and dad knew that it was time, because she threw up like at least 7 to 8 times. The last time she threw up, imagine you have no liquid. You do, but when you throw up enough times for it to hurt your throat, you will have like little, like, I don't know, little, like a little bit of blood because of the damage it's doing to your throat. Yes, it did happen to me before. Whenever I have a bad episode of like that, where I threw up a bunch of times, your lungs will become damaged just a little bit. But Mona's, my mom and dad knew that it was something wrong, and when it got to a point where I had to not only, when she threw up, like, at least, like, I don't know, like 4 times or three, I had to pick her up because she was about to go number two in the house. And usually when she needs to go, like when there's an emergency, or she would quickly go outside, or even if it was an emergency, she knows how to go out of her way. But she was exhausted, and it was so weird. And when she was trying to go number two, because I thought I heard like a chair like roll out, and I'm like, who did that? And I thought it was, I thought someone was like on the table, and it was just a loud like noise, like like as soon as you sit on the chair, you could either be a wooden, or one of those floors, um that you can just sit on a chair, push out, and you'll hear that noise. And that's what she made. And I had to pick her up because I did not want her, I didn't want her to go number two in the house. So I'm like, why is Mona acting like this? Like, she knows where to go to the bathroom. And she was just not, like, when she couldn't move, that just like concerned me a little. I'm like, okay, well, she did throw up a few times, but it was absolutely insane. And so when she went out to go to the bathroom, she couldn't go at all. The diarrhea that I thought she was gonna have, she couldn't seem to make an actual bowel movement. And so that really like concerned me, because I'm like, you're throwing up, you're trying to poop, but there's nothing coming out. You feel like you have you have diarrhea that needs to basically make yourself comfortable and adjusted to. Because I mean, imagine, like, throwing up so many times like that, you can't go to number two. And I hate to break it, I think she went more, because I think she went on the grass. So I'm thinking about, like, yeah, probably, I'm not sure, maybe that was the eighth one, the last one where she damaged her throat, but I'm not sure. My dad was the one that told my mom that she just threw up outside. He saw it on the grass, and Mona was just laying on her side outside, and it was absolutely like, it was so scary. It was absolutely scary to see Mona in that condition, because I didn't realize how exhausted she was until I got to see her eyes. Her eyes look sunken, like if she, like, I don't know how to describe the eyes that Mona had, but she, like, not traumatized, but exhausted. She was like, I don't know, like, you can tell by a dog's behavior when they did not want to eat, drink, go to the bathroom properly, and throwing up so many times. It was so sad. It was so sad seeing her that way. And yeah, when when Mona threw up just a few times, they thought, well, because she likes to eat cat food, the actual cans, by the way. I'm gonna make this quick because I gotta go in and work out. I mean, I've been on and off my diet, guys. Actually, I've been off my diet. It's a terrible journey for me, but just keep me in your prayers. That's it, right? But for Mona, it was absolutely, it was so sad. It was so sad. And oh God, I mean, she didn't show any signs of herself in pain. You know, she wasn't whimpering, she wasn't doing too much. She was actually quiet. She was quiet, and the one thing I could tell was her not being able to move her neck. For us, for other dogs, they could, you know, look on to their left, and sometimes they could perk their ears up, or like do the sideways head, just you know confused, right? Doing all those things with the head movement and neck movement at the same time. She couldn't do that. She can only look straight forward, and it was crazy. It was absolutely, it was crazy. And yes, that time, my mom told me that I need to be strong for Mona. They had to take her, and if I wanted to go, that I had to go immediately, because she wasn't getting better. My dad wanted to at least keep an eye on her, but she was, the last time she threw up, it was she was on her side when she threw up, and I think she was like almost unconscious until she knew that she was on her side. So she got up, and my mom asked me if it was if it was blood. I'm like, the liquid is brown, and at least a little bit of the like, there's like a little bit of a chunk that's blood, but that's just but it's not normal for dogs. That's the terrible thing. For us humans, we could repair our own skin, our own immune systems. Our bodies can actually help. I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on that, but we could repair our own skin just through our bodies. But with dogs, it's so different. They have to have liquid, go through their systems in order to keep them stabilized. And don't quote me on that either. But I just, I did a bit of research, and I just was like, was there any other way that we could have saved Mona? And the answer was no. For one, it was too much money to help Mona and try to keep her stabilized. My parents loved Mona. I do love Mona too. She was a good dog. And yes, I took it really hard the day that we had to actually put her down. Yes, it was a tough loss for our family. She was a forever home dog that we ever had. And so I don't want to get emotional on camera, but that's how it was. And she was a good dog. And it was so strange. It was absolutely strange. And I guess her heart was beating so fast that, or like, what's crazy about it all is that she was a fighter. She doesn't let anyone play with her legs. She hates going to the vet. Just the same with Kiko, but Kiko's a fierce dog. He's a biter, same as Mona, but not as bad as Kiko. Kiko will chew your hand off. And but Mona, she was the type of one who was trying to scurry, trying to run away. And sometimes the last time she went to a vet, she was hyperventilating, and I don't know if I said that right. I don't think I did. But she was to the point where where she was breathing so hard, like she was having a panic attack. And that was the last time my mom, did that, bringing her to a vet. And it wasn't a long time, guys. They diagnosed her with Cushing's, and trying to avoid kitty food, but she did not care about any dogs, dog food, food scraps. She wanted that cat food like kitties, and it was just her favorite meal. But when she didn't have that, when my mom put that plate down just for her to eat, because she would gobble it away, and when it's the plastic plate, she would literally pick it up when Kiko's around, and she would move with the actual plastic plate just for her to finish what's left of it, and that was that. But no, she did not care for the cat food. And my mom knew right away that she was not feeling good. She, or when she even had a sight of eating chicken, she threw up. She couldn't, I guess when she, smelled the chicken, I guess it just had a reaction. And she just, at that time, she threw up. It was terrible. It was absolutely awful, guys. So, and yeah, she didn't fight nobody when she went there. When she got there, they did what they had to do. It is a process that they do. It's not a long process. It's a quick one. You say your goodbyes to the dog or to the cat. You can take as much time as you need, and I feel kind of like, my God, I feel like it was so weird. But this guy, I mean, I couldn't, like, I picked up an energy off of him that made me upset, but I didn't want to show it. Like, my mom was like, oh, my Mona, she likes to eat cat food, and something like that. And this guy, he's like, oh, okay. That was it. No reaction. Be like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Like, oh, man. I mean, make a joke or something. I get it. You're there to do a job. A job needs to be done. No one likes putting animals down. But when you hear or see a grieving family that is losing a pet, you would think and understand that someone is there gonna bawl their eyes out in the middle of the night while you can get some sleep and not even think about it. And even if you do, you should have the conclusion that, oh, maybe share the light in the room. Be like, I don't know, something, man. Something. It was so, oh my God, you guys have no idea how mad I was. But I was like, you know what? This guy, if this is bothering to him, he might as well not be there. I mean, like, you're gonna do this at least almost. And if not every day, then at least once in a month or two, or some, I don't know how many dogs die, in a year, or the cats, but if you can estimate it, and you can, know what what they do in a profession like that, you need to comfort the people that are there grieving. Point. Okay? That's my point there. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not trying to be a butthole or, a jerk about it. It is a profession that shouldn't be taken lightly. If you're there to put dogs or cats down you're the vet, you know, you're doing a job that no one wants to do. But guess what? You now hold the hands of a job that rarely comes, in a person. You know, people people rely on that person, and that's just how it is. No one's gonna, it's easier said than done. I mean, I'm just saying. But this guy was, I could go on, and I know I'm boring you guys, but it was so, not disrespectful, but inconsiderate of the family feelings. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to take that in as an insult. I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to start something that shouldn't be started. And I just wanted to pay attention to the dog that we're about to lose. And he said, she's gone. And that was it. And, yeah. Cold, dude. Cold, right? And, yeah, she was, her heart was beating really fast. I think she was so exhausted that she didn't care that they were there, doing anything. I feel like I don't know what she felt like, but, to be throwing up, not being able to move your head or neck, I feel like that would, me, if I had that feeling, I would feel like I'm, like, in so much pain that I don't care what anyone else does to me. I just need, to sleep for at least one moment. And that was it. It's 8:12, guys, but, yeah, that's the story on Mona. Mona's gone right now. She has been gone, last week. It was definitely a huge hit in our family. I just couldn't believe it until it already happened. And it was insane to go back home and not seeing her there. It was crazy. You wouldn't think life would change like that in a second. It just happened so abruptly. It was like you didn't even expect that to happen. Like it just like I don't know. It just, how you see those what MLB, those baseball players, when they hit when they threw that curveball, it just, like there's like a center and it hits you right in your stomach. Okay, these guys, they throw balls really fast. I mean, but my point is that life just hits you right in your stomach when the less that you realized it. Like it just comes out of nowhere, and then bam, you're like what the heck is going on here? Like I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel very sad, but I'm like, in order to honor her memory was to just to love her. She used to be my running buddy, and yes, believe it or not, she was chunky. She was very fat. But at one point in my life, I would take her around the block, and me and her would go running like crazy. I don't know what was up with me when I was young, but me and her, we would go by side to side. Sometimes she would pass me up, and it was so fun. The one thing that I wish that I couldn't do was, was stop, you know, take her towards the winter, and go in and just, and just go and go crazy fast, like, like there was no tomorrow. It was absolutely great to see Mona, run alongside me. It was so awesome that she would do stuff like that, and she was just a fast girl. To love my pets, to cherish them while they're still here, and it gives me good joy that I'm trying to honor her by by loving our pets today, by showing that she is still and always my running buddy. Whew. Not gonna cry on camera, but guys, she's a good girl. So to end this now light note, we're doing okay. Trying to get my act together, but yes, we're doing just fine. Okay, shoot. Oh, and I forgot too. I was sick this whole entire week after she passed. She got, taken away. I got sick. I was so sick. Not too bad, but still. So I'm back, guys. I'm back. Sorry if you see this at the end. I'm so sorry. I cried a little, but we're gonna get back up. Jesus. Alright, guys. You already know. So, in any case, I'll see you guys later, okay? I'm still good. I'm still good. Just this, but, yeah, I'll see you guys later, okay? So, I'm trying to find that outro, and I can't find it, and I'm trying to make myself better. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, alright? Peace.